Yo, what is going on? My name is Aaron. I coach women on how to unlock their best selves, how to become more confident and attract the very best partners that they can possibly attract. I'm talking like guys that are extremely high value, good people, high EQ, strong, masculine, cream of the crop at the end of the day, right? That's what I do. I actually work for a matchmaking company where I speak to these guys all day long, so I know what they're looking for. And so in this video, I want to tell you where you can actually find those guys. I'm going to give you 13 different spots or locations that you should start going to run into these guys, okay? I have a list in front of me, so don't mind me if I'm looking at this list. But let's just get started, right? Number one is private members clubs. If you've ever heard of like Soho House, they have like a membership. I think it's like $100 for like $150 a month, or you can pay like a yearly fee or a one-time fee. You might think, oh my God, it's so expensive, but you're paying for access to people that you want to spend time around, right? So it's a worthwhile investment. The next one is high-end gyms. If you're working out like a Fit for Less or like a Planet Fitness or like a Crunch Fitness, don't expect to run into many successful guys. Don't expect to run into CEOs of companies or business owners. You're still going to find a couple of them in there, but realistically, that's not really the place to find them. It's more of a gen pop location. But you want to go to like a high-end type of a spot, like an Equinox or like a Lifetime. Or even like a boutique gym that's a little bit smaller because it's more intimate and you can actually have conversations with these people. The next one is airport lounges. Now this is just a life tip. If you don't use airport lounges, you're missing out on like a great experience when it comes to travel. I've been using airport lounges for like the past 2 years or 3 years, and oh my God, what a cheat code. You get an American Express card, like the Platinum card, it costs you like $800, but that means you have airport lounge access all year long, and it comes with a lot of other credits. So in addition to running into people that are successful at these lounges, you're also going to have a great experience. The next one is hotel lobbies and bars. So you can just go to the Four Seasons and just have a drink or just have a coffee, and you're going to run into a lot of really successful people there. So spend more time at nice hotels in your city. The next one is entrepreneurship and business conferences / events. I just went to one the other day on Friday. It was such an incredible event. Now, obviously, I'm not going there to meet women. I went there to actually learn about entrepreneurship and learn techniques and tips on how to build my own business. But what I realized by sitting there is like, oh my God, like 90% dudes, and most of them are the kind of guys that you want to be with, right? Because these guys are growth minded. These guys are trying to make money. These guys are trying to build their business. And if somebody's trying to build their business, it usually means that they're also trying to build their health and build their relationships. So these are the kind of guys that you want to spend your time around. And I saw a couple of girls there. And one girl actually even recognized me from TikTok, which is pretty funny. But I would recommend you go to those events. Ideally, you go for the purposes of like building your own business, but like no one's going to judge you for just going there to meet men at the same time. So look your best and dress your best and go there. The next one is charity galas and fundraising events. This one's kind of obvious. People that go to charity galas or these kind of events have a lot of money and are pretty successful. So just spend time there. And you don't have to pay anything really. Sometimes there's like a admission fee, like a $50 admission fee or like a charity donation you have to make, but that's a good thing. So I would say do that anyways. The next one is upscale coffee shops in financial districts. So people don't realize this, right? But depending on where you spend your time, that's the kind of people you're going to run into. If I want to meet other rich entrepreneurs, I'm going to go to Bay Street. I'm going to go to maybe King Street during the day. There's certain streets in the city that you could be living in that are going to have more of the kind of people you want to meet. You don't want to go to the rundown areas in your city to meet successful guys. It doesn't make sense. So be very clear what kind of person you're looking for, and then think, where do they spend their time? And so that's another really good tip. The next one is golf courses and country clubs. Obvious, right? If you can get a membership there, or if you can do like a 1 week trial or like a 1 month trial, you're going to see a lot of really successful people, men and women, and that's another great way to meet these guys. The next one is luxury co-working spaces, something like WeWork or Spaces. You can search these up, whatever city you're in. Just search co-working space or high-end co-working space. These are kind of places that are a little bit more social. So they have coffee, they have food. And if you go there to do your own work or study or whatever, and you dress nice, you're going to put yourself in a position where other guys are going to want to approach you. Because guys know what we want. Like, if a guy is in a position where he's looking to date and he sees a girl that he finds attractive, he's going to walk up to you, or he's going to try to get your attention in some way or the other. So as a woman, your job is essentially to just attract him, right? That's why my community is called Always Attracting, because you get yourself to a point where you're just attracting the kind of men that you want to spend your time with. The next one is networking dinners and invite-only mixers. You can search these up online. Number 11 is investment in finance hubs. So Wall Street in New York City, Bay Street in Toronto. Look up look up the finance hub in your city and just spend more time there. Have your coffees there, go for walks there. You're gonna see a different kind of person. Finance bros, essentially. The next one is high-end art galleries and auctions. Again, you can just search this up online. And then lastly, international travel spots. So Ibiza, Mykonos, French Riviera, Tulum, Dubai. These are places that attract foreign visitors. It might be a little bit more complicated to meet someone for a long-term partnership at those places, but it's another great place nonetheless. So this was a pretty extensive list, and this should answer your question of where do I meet these guys? Ask yourself, out of these 13 places that I mentioned, in the past year, how many of these places have you been to? Most of the girls I speak to, they haven't been to any. So ask yourself the question, do you really want to meet these kind of men? If the answer is yes, then spend more time at these places. Because I promise you, when you spend more time at these places, you're going to have more interactions with the kind of guys you actually want to be with. And chances are you're going to increase the opportunities that can lead to a potential partnership. I hope this video helped. If it did, you can save it for later use or send it to a friend that you feel would get a lot of value from it. All right, have a great day. Peace.